Hello, dear Scorpio. How are you? Welcome. I hope you are all doing very well. Scorpio, let's see how your energies will be for May 2026. We're going to do a general reading. Let's see where the energy will be focused. Remember that we'll be looking at the details in the new videos I upload to the channel, so stay tuned. This reading applies to everyone who has their sun, rising, moon, or Venus in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, if you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content for all of you. Let's channel a message. For the sign of Scorpio, May
2026.
Let's see. Here we have the Two of Wands, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands. Well, for now, we have minor arcana. Here, there's a general energy, which is kind of telling us about a Scorpio. This is like there's a curiosity that's awakening, right? To try something new, to open a path, to take a completely different road. Now, let's see which areas this is applying to, right? But what is it that's starting to catch your attention? What is it that's starting to make you curious, right? What I feel very strongly is that it's probably a month to break away from what you know, to also break away from established limits, ways of thinking that are maybe very rigid, or stepping out of what feels familiar or the so-called comfort zone. To become flexible, right? To soften up. Winds of change are blowing this month, and I feel like the idea is to adapt to what needs to change in your life. To leave behind insecurity or maybe some fear of taking a step forward and trying, right? Try to see what happens. Try to see what happens in that relationship. Try to see what happens or what comes up with the launch of that project. Leave behind a little bit that tendency to secure something for yourself, right? To look for that security and move toward experience. To say, well, I'm seeing it from afar. I know that a change is coming here. I have the opportunity, whether it's to change jobs, to start a new project, to begin a relationship, but I know I have to leave. To get out of these limits, out of this place, and to work up the courage, right? To work up the courage to take this opportunity, okay? I really feel this a lot, like also connecting with your explorer side, with your adventurous side, right? That Scorpio who wants to try, who wants to go through the experience. That's why I say it. There's something that's starting to awaken your interest, your curiosity. There's something you want to experience that maybe at another time you hadn't allowed yourself to, or you had put aside. Pay attention because this could be very strong in terms of work or finances, okay? What do I mean? It could be a month where certain situations lead you to change jobs, change your career path, start a new project, something connected to your creativity, your passion, something you really like, right? It's like life is asking for something new. Life is asking you to step out of what's familiar, what's known, to try something different, to try something new. Let's see where it goes. Let's also see if we have anything around here. Let's go, Major Arcana, right? Let them guide us a little, right? Let's see where this reading is going. May 2026. Scorpio. Let's see. You have the King of Wands here. We have the Empress. The Page of Wands comes up again, and the Ace of Pentacles, guys.
Bueno.
Well, Scorpio, I feel like it's a great month to start new relationships, new connections, and also to connect with new social circles. We have quite a lot to say here. But on one hand, I feel like your whole social life starts this month. It's time to get things moving, whether it's building bridges or creating networks of connection.
Um,
There's something inside you that's telling you, I'm moving forward, right? I'm moving forward to meet that person. I'm moving forward to establish that connection. I expand my relationships. New people come into your life, people you share things with, people who share your values and your vision. Not just this also includes new friendships. It can also be related to your love life. How? Attention, Scorpios who are already in a relationship. We're talking about a new stage in the relationship, a new stage that's coming. I feel like this has to do with bringing new values into the relationship. I see more security, but this is new. It's something that's starting to grow, like a new stability in the relationship. I also feel this is about daring to try new things with your partner, traveling, breaking out of the routine, and stepping outside the usual, to experiment, to open up to new paths. It can also be an excellent month, for example, to travel, to discover new places, to expand, for pleasure trips and trips with your partner. I don't just feel that this is very much connected to starting a new phase in a new relationship or a new phase in friendships. I think you're beginning to connect with what truly attracts you, with what you really like, right? This could also be a great month for your finances and your work. We've talked about taking the plunge into something new, about starting that new project, to take that first step in this new financial and professional phase. I feel that the seeds you're going to start planting in your financial life are going to grow. And they're going to grow a lot because what I see is that there's fertility. There's fertility, there's progress, there's growth, and there's also a connection with abundance. So it's good energy for something to start developing. A romantic relationship or a financial project where we see that there's a lot of creativity being put to use. There's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of energy, but it's energy that's well channeled. I feel that this person whom you are either going to meet or have already met, it creates a kind of passion there. I see it's a very intense month in terms of relationships, in terms of chemistry. We feel the same intensity, magnetism too. It could also be a very powerful couple. I feel like you're going to be feeling this. The energy is inviting you to connect with your personal power. And by connecting with this personal power, you are going to start attracting, you are going to start magnetizing not only new opportunities in terms of romance or relationships, but also new opportunities in the financial realm. Notice how that feeling of fear is being left behind, or insecurity about opening up to new things. It's like the drive or curiosity is going to be much stronger. I feel that, like a Scorpio stepping out of what's familiar, who starts to explore new horizons. There's something that's going to be motivating you a lot. Let's see, Scorpio. General energy for May 2026. You have the Nine of Wands here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Pentacles, yes, the Seven of Pentacles. There's no doubt that there will be changes in your work life, or in your professional life, or in your creative projects. Why? Because you have entered a new cycle of change. And I see this very clearly, Scorpio, about letting go of your fears, that insecurity around trying something different, or making that 180-degree turn when it comes to work. You had been thinking about it. I can see that you already had an idea in mind about a change in financial direction, about how I can generate other income, how I can make money from another source. You had been analyzing it. You had been thinking about it. You had been thinking about this change. But I feel that now this month is inviting you to say, I've thought about it. I'm going to carry it out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to move forward with this change. Okay? I feel like now I'm really ready. I am prepared to take that big step. Maybe to change my work tools.
Para actualizarme.
Maybe to connect with things like applying artificial intelligence in your work, in your project, modernize, get up to date, change products. If you were selling products or the services that you are also providing, then there is something new in the work area. And I feel this very strongly, like, well, now I'm ready to go for it. Now I feel that I have the energy, the power, the presence to be able to move forward, to be able to carry out this change. Because before, I felt like maybe you didn't feel secure or confident. Okay? There will be a big change this month in the way you generate income. It feels like a cycle that's ending and a cycle that's beginning. But I feel that the cycle that's beginning is on an economic level. It's going to be much more abundant. It's going to be much more prosperous. This is like, wow, I found a new way to make money, right? Maybe I hadn't considered it before. I hadn't seen it that way. And now it's like this month it's being shown to you. That's it. You're being shown the possibility of how to carry out that change, that you can really do it, that you can really move forward with that idea. Okay? There's a lot of fire in your chart. That's why there's so much intensity. There's a lot of passion too. And I feel like here passion wins. Passion motivates. And it motivates you to move forward. It motivates you to make those changes, also in your relationships or in your romantic relationship, to also change your social circles, to connect with completely different people, different ones, to allow yourself, right, to meet, to open yourself up to meeting other people, and also allow yourself this expansion when it comes to your work. Okay? Let's take 3 more arcana. Bilariku will continue. General energy for May 2026. Let's see. 2 of Cups, 5 of Wands, Fool, 10 of Swords. All right? We've talked about the topic of connections, of relationships. I feel like it's a key month, right, in relationships, especially with people from your past. What's happening? There might be some kind of test. Pay attention to friendships or a close relationship, some kind of connection. I feel it's a person you already know. Be careful with power struggles. Power struggles. Struggles with the other person. To see who wins the tug of war, right? To see who gets the peace. To see who is right. Not to get into this conflict. This could maybe be a warning, some advice, right? About how you react with the other person. How?
¿Cómo?
How you also express your instincts, right? What I feel is that there's some closure here. There's a kind of ending. But we also have a beginning. We have an opening. I've said there will be many changes in relationships. New people are going to come into your life. That's true because a new chapter is beginning. This is like starting to connect from a different place. With your connections and with people, it's like I'm starting to see myself reflected in this person I've met just a short time ago. I feel like we have the same ideals, the same vision. We're going through the same thing, even though we're different from each other. I think you'll start noticing very different people than the ones you may be used to. And people from the past, there might be some tests there, tests of trust, That's what I said. Pay attention when the ego gets involved, power struggles. If there's someone who gets upset with certain attitudes of yours, don't see this as a loss. Don't see this as an ending. See it as a liberation, as an opportunity, maybe also to break ties that aren't helping your growth, your development, your personal expansion, and get that closure, bring it to a close. And give yourself that chance as well, because I feel that one of the big changes you'll be experiencing this month, Scorpio, is in your mind, and there will be a complete shift in perspective here, a change of perception. I feel that the energy is leading you to put an end to a certain way of thinking and to welcome a new way of thinking, a new perception. This new perception will allow you to see your surroundings and close relationships from a different place, from a different perspective. What I feel about personal rebirth is very strong, like a new version of yourselves. Scorpio, let's see which major arcana card will be with you during May 2026. Let's see. You have the Hermit here. You're going to be very questioning, Scorpio. Really searching for truth, right? Above all, an inner search. I see you as very philosophical, right? But I also see that you're going to be doing a lot of inner work. This is like digging into the unconscious, digging into your depths. Psychological work. I feel like you're going to be very observant. And this is also about having the possibility to illuminate your inner self. To illuminate what at some point had been kept, had been hidden, or had been repressed. It can also be the illumination of secrets, right? Personal secrets, things that had been kept there like patterns, emotions, thoughts. And this starts to come to light so you can become aware of it, so that you can start to integrate it. Okay? Good. Scorpio, this is what we've seen for all of you in terms of energy, general energy available for May 2026. Have an excellent month, and I'll see you here next time.